And I remember like when we went to Jozi, like Mpumelelo Julz after. And njoba, we couldn't go to after because after is a private school and it's expensive. But we still went to Joburg because we were like, as in Savaikas, but like we can't be here. Young toil, like let's just go. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's crack. It cracks. I come out of Abazalbit was told after 3 days.
Guys, let's get some energy.
It's your boy Township Hustler in the building. You know what it is, Mama made it. Welcome to the Eastrand Podcast 5, the home of the Trailblazers. Ngishilo bafethu ukuthi namhlanje nginiphethelele very very special guest. Angifuni ukukhuluma kakhulu yabona. Mfowethu.
Okay. Mnandi, Mr. Township
Otherwise,
Hustler.
my brother.
Nice, man. Long time.
Hey, long time, man.
Long
you know
time.
the
Take
hustle.
2.
Take 2. I saw any chance. I'm sure you choose and then technicalities.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Explain it.
Ngasiqale phezulu nje yami ngithola.
Sure.
Yo ngazi ngiqale but my bro uJulz ubani? Phela nje siqale phezulu uJulz.
Eish, angipreparanga leyo question le. But Julz, like I'm a very laid back person mfana. uJulz mfethu athi Setsakane. From a extension 11, it's a kind bro. Like I just do clothes and do marketing all day, every day, and I just live life. I'm fine. Like that's the easiest way I can explain like myself. Young tall. There's nothing to it.
So uJulz kahle ukhulele phi and take me back to ukuthi ukhulele phi and ugeleze phi nje.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, so I was born in Tema. Like we originally from Tema. So I'm an East boy, and yeah, I'm a local boy. And then while I was still a baby, like obviously we came to Etsakana, and I've been here since I was like probably like 2 years old, 3 years old. Then in terms of Iskela, in terms of Iskela, I went to Emapunwini. We were literally like the first black people. A commando, if you know a commando primary school, large school commando, you know, we were the first black people there, faced a lot of racism. It was nice though, because we felt like we were part of the struggle as well. You know, when I recount that, it was like quite tough. And then my high school, I went to Brakpan High, so I was still local. So yeah, bruh. Like long and short of it.
I see you have a love for Arsenal and Kaizer Chiefs. Angele Jayam, yabona unothando for those two teams. Tell me about your first interaction for uthando le Arsenal Football Club.
Bro, with Arsenal, bro, it was literally the early 2000s. You know, the Arsene Wenger era, the Thierry Henry, the Vieira era and stuff. I just fell in love with it, and I just saw a post like yesterday. It's like, Henry no Arsene Wenger, they literally scammed us into supporting Arsenal because that thing came after that. But Sabuya we're coming back, and then Kaizer Chiefs was always like my brother's team, and I've always like looked up to that guy as well. Even my love for hip hop as well, like also comes from him. So in terms of like the team, I was like always like following that guy. So even like today, and yeah, we are the Nedbank champs today.
Congratulations.
Yeah. More coming.
How did that make you feel?
I have a very so cheek there. Because I was celebrating last week while watching the game with my homie Oliver there. And as I was celebrating, so my cheek is still like kind of still recovering.
You couldn't.
Yo, that marked gold, dog. Yo, like we were ecstatic, bro. Like if you get the next day, because obviously you know alcohol, you know adrenaline and everything. We are happy. Go, just scored. We're celebrating. Thomas the next day. That's when I was like, man. You know, and then I remembered, one day, Umar. Then I was like, worth it.
When I'm, when I'm doing some research, my dog, I come across ukuthi on the early formations of ama brands abuya la Tsakane, like your Skinny Boo socks,
Sure.
Tshepo the jean maker.
Sure.
I see now unesandla lapho in the early formation. Even the place we at, BBQ Assembly Tsakane, they're selling some nice food bafethu. Nizwakale bafethu.
Yeah.
Angifuni ukukhuluma kakhulu nize nibatshela nibone mina ngidla la. So mfethu ngicela ungithathe kuleyo journey nalo hambo. Uthi
bruh.
suka njani kenzakala?
Yo, man, like you literally, yabona, like mfethu ungithinta where no one touches me, bruh. Like, you know, when you talk about Skinny Boo, when you talk about Tepo, I'll come to Vusi with barbecue.
Yes.
You know, but when you talk about Sboo, when you talk about Tepo, Satemane Sontweni, yo, dude, like, Boma 2005, 6. Young Toiler, like, Ukoko Tepo was our pastor, Sontweni. And then was supposed to sonke uthi a choir because abantu mabangafuni ungena choir. So mokuyinto yokuthi sahlangana khona vele, and sonke vele because like menye esontweni and then just leave yangithola, like I was waiting with hey funi sithi amen so that we can go home and eat and all of those things yabo. But once they actually started to force us to go to the choir, and then I met to Sbuda, I met to Sepo, I met some other dudes, Abonkatek and everyone else. Like shout out Abu Sipo and everyone else, you know. But like we formed like a very, very good friendship and a very good camaraderie and stuff. Like I saw them like literally planning out those brands like from the dirt, you know, like from nothing, you know, and to see them like today, especially Tepo and especially with Spoo as well, how they literally kind of broke the mold and actually just went for what they wanted. It's things that we're literally talking about from our work from church. Like literally ngapha AFM, and we used to walk, and then I'm taxi 11, you know. And yeah, man, and I was studying marketing while they were still building their brands. I mean, Uvusi, you know, Tepa, they were at African Swiss, while Spoo was building Skinny Boo socks. So African Swiss, they moved out of African Swiss. That's Vusi's story to tell, so you have to have him here, definitely. But Tepo like created like a monster of a brand that we know today. But in the initial stages of the brand, I was also like very, very involved. Like 2 years ago, also like I put in a hand as well. We worked together on some stuff from a marketing point of view. Yeah, and then it's a push. So like we've always been brothers, always been like kind of pushing young Tola. Not as close as before, but
Yes.
you know, it's like a growth, it's being an adult, and it's literally just growing up pains, young Tola would see. Yeah.
When reflecting back to that journey in Sapusha and what they've become, what are the two vital lessons or pick up and you still use them today?
Consistency and krach.
Krach, ne?
Yeah, and literally just going for what you want. Like that's literally what I learned from those two guys. Like Spoo, like is one of like the most outspoken, go-getting people. I don't know if he's still in New York, but like he just decided to go and live in New York. I'm like, dude, who decides to do that? We in New York, you know. And I remember like when we went to Jozi, like Mpumelelo Julz after, and Njoba. We couldn't go to after because after is a private school and it's expensive. But we still went to Joburg because we were like, as in Savaikas, but so like we can't be here. Young Toll, like let's just go. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It cracks. I come out of Abazalbit was after 3 days. Young Toll, Sasugud, Macabetini, Sasumpeto, extra laps, Sumatras will be there. So we went there and then we had it was one of the nicest and most wonderful times of my life. Tepo was able to go to Elonene though.
Yeah.
To after for that 1 year, and then he decided to do fashion design, and then the rest is history. But one thing that I've always learned, like two things that you asked me, like is krach and consistency. So when I look at those guys, like they're very consistent in what they do. And that's one thing that I'm also like trying to also like get a grip on as well. You know, and actually like, you know what, like it's all about those two things. Like if you can like literally get like whatever you think about, whatever you conceptualize and whatever. Just get it out there and just like push. Yeah, yeah. So
Wow, that's powerful.
yeah.
And then your love for brands, because you love working with brands and concepts and campaigns. Lolo thando lelo liqala phi ke
Yeah.
kuyo yonke le mist.
That thing also indirectly comes from my Grootman, who's late right now. But like it comes from my Grootman was not his person in the industry or anything, nan. But like he always used to like remix my ads and stuff, like back in the day and whatever, and those things like literally stuck with me like a lot, and I remember when he passed, that's literally when I decided ukuthi nyavanyo gelezi marketing. I want to do like advertising, I want to do like marketing stuff, I want to do like cool things. I genuinely just decided to do that. And that's where it comes from, bro. Like, and then also I became a scholar of the game. In terms of like how marketing is and how it works, how branding works. I was talking to Oliver like earlier. I was like, bruh, like if you want to understand branding, like just like look at how people dress. Like people just wanna dress like ngegama nje kuphela. I don't care how the thing looks. Like I just want a name on this thing. So that is the power of branding. And branding can also change the world, because like also if you look at Mandela, he was a brand. But like Mandela did not think of himself like that, but like he was molded. I'm not saying by who, but like there was people in the background literally just working around and actually saying, it's okay, you have to be like this kind of brand, this is how you need to show up and stuff, so that people fall in love with you. And you have to be like the father of the nation right now. And then you have to be Mother Teresa, you have to be Gandhi. I know there's some controversies on those people, but kona something about branding that is really inherent in us in terms of like inherently human.
Yes.
So Ubuntu bethu, like we literally just gravitate towards like people who just walk into a room
something.
and just have presence, and that is a brand, and that's what a lot of people do not know. So when someone just walks in and stuff, this is your first encounter with that person. Mara, sometimes you're gonna think of it, I wanna know who that person is, how they dress, where they got that, and whatever. That's why even influencer culture is like such a very big thing, because it's like you don't buy into literally just the brands, you buy into the persona because you want to create a certain persona for yourself. So you actually rewrite your lives. If you drive a Mercedes-Benz, you literally define yourself by that Mercedes-Benz. If you wear a POME, you literally define yourself by a POME, because you have a certain connection with the story and whatever. And that's literally what branding is literally about. If you wear Gucci, you're buying the thing which has in Gucci. Can I talk about it? Okay. So you're literally buying into what Gucci represents. It represents opulence. It represents money. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter to those pants are like ugly as. Yes. It doesn't care as long as there's that label and it's original, and you need to prove it's not from small streets. That's all, and that's the power of branding. So that it's such a fascinating thing. Give me even today while I'm still like working. Like I've worked on brands in my journey and stuff. But like I'm always very like surprised in terms of like how people receive certain things and how they receive brands and stuff.
Forward to with the evolution of brands, as brands are cool and many brands are evolving, do you think there's a psychological element to it?
Yeah, man. Like I think it's 100% psychological. Like brands like live in our minds. Like like think about when you are broke before payday, and there's that one sneaker that you can't buy right now because you are broke. And you're just looking forward to see, that sneaker, it's literally this brand, and you want to wear it. It's 100% psychological. Even the people that we follow, even like everything is literally through our brands and stuff. You will go to a shop, right? Because like we normally talk about luxury brands and stuff. Like if you think about the shop, right, when you go to shop, right, what you're gonna get. You know the kind of experience. When you go to a Woolworths, you know what you're gonna get from that. So to your question, it's 100% psychological. otherwise ungahamba uyosha shopping yakho cash and carry ube right uthole izinto zakho ngebulk and save some money mara ufuna ke ulisi wena ngisho
ngiyakuthola.
Yeah.
And then when ngathini, so when I was researching, I saw ukuthi when they planning brands or they planning anything that is do brands, companies, color on its own invokes certain things
Yeah,
to
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you, if you
Oh
know,
no,
can
clean
you
it,
tell
bro.
me
Like,
something about
like,
color?
like color. Like, there's the whole thing about primary colors. You know, like our blue, red, green, yellow, and stuff. Those colors are not seen as colors that are meant for luxury brands. So if you look at it, like a lot of luxury brands, they don't go for those colors. You can go to Prada, you can go to Gucci, you can go to Versace and stuff. Never see about red, none. Maybe like my red bottoms, yes.
Okay.
Clean, yeah, because they sold that very, very well. But there's always like a psychology behind colors as well. When you see silver, you see luxury. When you see, kind of Pantone colors, young taller, you see you see luxury. When you see brown, young taller, like Louis Vuitton, like Gucci, you see luxury. So there are certain colors that are associated, not because when brown was brown, it was eventually and automatically luxury. Young tall, it was not that. Young tall. There were brands that literally said, if like red was that color, if like Louis Vuitton decided our color is gonna be red, they were literally gonna push it red, and then like red would have been a color of luxury. Young tall. If monarchs and celebrities and stuff started wearing red a lot, people are gonna start being conditioned to think ukuthi like red is the color of luxury. Young tall. So there is like a lot of psychology behind color, and and we use it a lot. Young tall in terms of our stuff. Me like when it comes to POME, like I really don't care, bruh. Like I literally just create like everything is always like a canvas. Give me when I create a t-shirt or whatever item that I create, it's always on some okay. It's a blank canvas. I don't care about like what's okay, how people are gonna perceive this and so on and so forth. If I sell a red t-shirt, I remember I once introduced like orange t-shirts, and they were literally sold out in a weekend, young tall, and then that's just how it is. So give me, it's never that kind of a thing. I don't go in too deeply with that. It's about what's okay, what kind of message I want to bring out, and what I want people to actually feel when they look at this, and when people buy it, that's when I know it's okay, cool. Young tall, like there's something right that I'm doing, but there is a map and there is a strategy in color as well.
Before nje siyakude ngifuna sibisele emuva ngiyezwa uthi POME. Some might take it for granted by us, but I want us to go back. Ngifuna uyichaza from this stand ukuthi my first experience in POME was when you're about to launch it in sevenze tema, where it was still printer saw.
Yeah, one of
So I was
many.
so fascinated with the name before even knowing what it means. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I almost thought kuti POME. What's this now?
I still get that a lot.
Fascinated anyway. Kati printer ngakhona. Kahle
Yeah.
kahle yini le POME esilokhu siyibona, esilokhu pop up everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
POME,
I mean, it's like POME is an acronym for abbreviation or an acronym, an abbreviation for the products of my environment, and I've always been a staunch believer of that saying, whether negative or positive, our environments like literally shape us, and you can be in the most negative environment ever. But like a flower can still grow in that environment because you're seeing what is around you and you say, I do not want this. So that environment also like kind of shapes you into thinking that and into being that kind of a person and with that mindset. Yeah, so for me it was an ode. It's an ode to everyone who's really just excuse me, who's literally just looking to do something with the environment, young Tola, because I've always found myself in environments that sometimes I didn't want to be in, but I had to make the most of, And then I also found myself in environments that literally made me who I like, that literally I loved, and they literally shaped me because I embraced those environments and so forth, So when it comes to the essence of a poem, it's all about that. It's like whatever it needs to be personal to you. Like I do not have to tell you as Nkosinathi would say, dude, a poem. This is what poem means to you. You know where you've been. So when you need to say I'm a product of my environment. Like I saw my environment and I said, would say I want more of this or I do not want anything of this. And ironically and in a very weird way, like you become a product of that because you know what you don't want and you know what you do want, So I think it literally kind of stemmed from that. And I was hearing it in a lot of songs as well. So, yeah.
When I see you on social media, you're big on collaboration, but you are particular. I had to do my research, Baba. So I see you big on collaboration, but you're particular in how you execute those collaborations.
Yeah, I mean with collaborations, bro. Like I don't care who it is and stuff. Like if my energy matches with yours, dog, And even like the people that wanted like collaborations from me and it didn't get them. Like it's nothing personal. It's just that I feel too. The energies were off. And whoever like I collaborated with, even if it did not go well, the energies were good when I decided to do that. And then it did not work out in the end. So like I've had good collaborations there, and I had a good collaborations with like Ulisa. She's like a strategist and author. I've had a good collaboration with Sunday Cookout. I've had a good collaboration. Who else did I collaborate with again, Oliver? It's Chandini. I've had a good relationship with Uchandasi. So also there are other collaborations that were terrible. They were very, very terrible. So give me it's that. Like it's always energies. It's always like, okay, do I want to do this or don't I want to do this? Because I literally beat on the beat of I just dance on the beat of my own drum. And if the energies are off, like bruh, like it doesn't matter where you are in the spectrum because I'm nowhere now, like dog, like I'm nothing big, like I'm not anything, I'm not making millions of rands a month and stuff. I'm just trying like everyone else, but like if you come here with like a good thing, like and that actually makes sense to my journey as well, like okay, let's collaborate. But I'm also big on collaboration as well. Collaborate
with the collaborations wayenzila hambe terrible, what are the key lessons
communication, also leaving responsibility on the other party and not doing your part, and then also just showing up, man. Like, because when abantu bazofuna ukwenza ama collaboration and just like leave everything up to you, like or like yonke into kuwe, and that's a problem for me, Like I also want to actually ride the wave as well, because mine is just collaborating with people, like also collaborating with like establishments and stuff. Like I've collaborated with Vusi a lot. I've collaborated with like Amachita was Grandy's house a lot as well, And there's an understanding. They do their part, I do my part, and then that's it. And then you just go your separate ways, and then you just grow separately. And then when you have to meet again, you meet again.
My brother, I just wanted to know currently on your playlist, since music is a big part of your life. What's on your playlist?
What's on my playlist? Yeah, now I'm getting old, bro. Like, but the new younger album has been probably listen to one song or the whole album like once a day. A lot of local stuff as well, like a lot of 3-step, a lot of deep house, a lot of Afrotech and young solar. Also, I'm also listening to. Yo, dude, of a lot of Fresh and Amadillo, because those are my homies as well.
Bruh.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. Like because I mix music, Joe. Like my music is always on shuffle. Yeah, if I feel like deep house today, like I just listen to deep house and then I just put it on shuffle.
So it depends on how you feel.
But like right now, like there's a lot of things, man, that I'm listening to. Oh damn, and he just like literally got out like a Euphoria, like an EP, like sounding very, very good, dope.
Ubani umchit?
Mr. Pounder.
Mr. Panda, shout
That's
out.
one. You know, check that out. Very, very, very dope EP. What else am I listening to, bruh? Like, yeah, man, like not a lot of things. And I used to follow, like Oliver would know this, like, bruh, like every hip hop album that comes out, like we literally like there. Maramaji, like I'm not like that. If there's a hip hop album that comes out, like me, Mamela Pro, like after like months later. And unless get like someone else like Young Nai and then like plays, I'm like, oh damn, this is like some cool shit. But I'm loving Flo Jones. Like that's like my nigga. I wish to meet him one day, but like that's my nigga
So
right now.
with the rise of Amapiano, ne?
Jeez.
With the rise of
Amapiano.
Amapiano, nyabona phela Amapiano athanda isidwala. I'm just looking from a brand perspective. I'm seeing a lot of cats like looking good.
Yeah.
When as Julz as a poem, what's your take on how the niggas are embracing brands?
Yeah, bruh. I mean, like, dude, like when I have my money, like I would like to spend it on whatever I want to, but I really feel going back to the psychology of branding and stuff, like that question, Oguti, like I really wish the guys would wear more local stuff, not just my stuff, young Zwane. Like I wish the guys could embrace more local stuff, and they will get more value from it. Like I see a lot of people that like literally just embrace like look at Zwane. Like Zwane like wears a lot of like international brands, but you will never see him like literally wearing a flashy international brand. Mara wear a Tebe Makuku that is flashy, he wear Makosa that is flashy, he wear Tepo that is flashy. That is like we're not flashy, Mara, like in terms of like you can see the brand, and then maybe like the sneaker is like a red bottom or something. I don't know. Young Zwane. So I wish the young cats that are coming out right now can embrace more local brands, because there are some very, very dope brands out there. It doesn't have to be a streetwear brand. I mean, there's Abu Makosa, there's Abu God Speed. Well, that's streetwear as well. But like there's so many cats. There's Abu Satiso with Galaxy Boy. There's so many quality brands out there, and obviously now we've moved on to footwear as well in terms of like in terms of our offering and stuff. So we have enough in this country. So I just wish they would embrace more of that, and if they do that, I think like they will still have some change. You know when someone says, with this 20,000 jersey or jacket that's cost my Puma boards, they could have, at least they will have, like, if they bought a Tepo jeans jackets, at least they will still have 12K left to look after the communities. But they don't really have to.
Yeah.
But I really wish they could actually help us, because like a brand is a brand because someone prominent wore it. If you look at the story of Tepa10, Tepa10 used to be like a guy who literally used to buy like actual, Gucci garments, and then like literally turn them into something else, and then literally give it to like some rappers, Biggie and different like rappers, NWA and all of these other guys and stuff in the early to mid 90s, and that he literally just rewrote like how things are supposed to be. Yeah. Even now, before he was a part of Gucci, like they were literally copying those designs. They literally did a whole runway show back in like 2021. And then there was a whole social media outcry. And then like Gucci was like, no, Ntwana, Zwagala. Come and consult. He's still at Gucci today. And he's still Tepa10 today, So I really wish Oguti Amachita, they could just come in and literally just like embrace like local more and make it cool. Young Zwane, make it cool. Look at what BBQ was supposed to do, like was able to do. Look at what Head Honcho was supposed to do, like 12 years ago. Young Zwane, look at what Galaxy Boy also came out during those times. Abu Amamikip, with Josie and stuff. Look at
Lokshin culture.
culture with Kwaito and like a bit of hip hop with H2O as well. Yeah, so with the double HP and stuff. Look at how those brands literally grew up to prominence today. Even today, those brands are still like very, very strong. Yeah, so like, because of the story that they have in South African pop culture. Yeah, so the guys have an opportunity to as well to be like, yo, bruh, there's Godspeed, there's Cultish, there's POME, there's this. Let's literally like just embrace these things, these brands and stuff. Joe, like if anyone would come to me and be like, yo, guy, like I want to literally like wear your stuff and whatever, and I'm always open to those kind of things, you know. So, and I'm sure like other guys are also open to those things. So it's all about pushing the culture, and culture, it does not only work one way. Yeah, so you can do clothes and do clothes, but like it can never be like one, you know, unison things. Like other forms of culture, music, food, everything else, like culture, like events, also needs to come in into the fore and actually like make this beautiful thing.
And then I just wanna get your take on this. Do you think the country or government is really helping out in creating an environment where brands like yourselves, brands like Olawa Menchini, Laboloktion Culture, Godspeed, are they creating an conducive environment for you all to thrive?
Controversial answer. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Like there's so much that the government is doing. Young soil. And I'm not gonna say there's no thing, there's nothing that the government cannot improve on. There's a lot they have to improve on. They can never be like perfect. Yeah, so even the government of Singapore, even the government of Norway, they have things to, you know, improve. But like in terms of like literally just making programs like available out there and stuff, there are those things and stuff. Like because Nami Vele, like in the past 6 months, like I've been like attending a lot of like online like symposiums and like conferences and stuff. I'm like literally just seeing what is out there and stuff. I've been applying to some stuff. I haven't gotten anything, but it's fine. This is unlock one day. But I think there's more to be done. But like I think they are like literally just creating enough for us to actually get by. It's just that like the efficiencies and the operations and the background stuff of it, like it needs to be better managed so that like those things like get to go faster and young solar. So if we apply for something today, young solar, next month I need to know what's happening. Not in 6 months, not in a year. Young solar. They can do better. Samara, like there are programs out there. It's just like just sitting down and stuff and making sure we see you also now as yourself as a business person, you equip yourself in terms of that. It's one thing like just sitting around and with your like on your ass and be like, no man, the government is not doing anything. The government like there's a lot of programs out there, man. Because like even like Spoo was like that as well. I was like, because we were talking about politics and stuff, and he was like, bruh, do you know what the ANC is doing? Young Sol, because he knows. Because he just flew by and I find out so with the K. What is the ANC doing? Young Todd. We ask Farah in those kind of circles and also like researches himself. So make sure okay. I know and I'm clued up, but okay, what is gonna help me and stuff. That's how he was able to go to the Grammys. That's how he was able to go to the Oscars and be the official, stock partner for those two monumental. Those are one of the two biggest awards after alongside the Nobel Peace Prize. Those are the biggest award ceremonies in the world. Young Sol, the government got him there. Young Sol. So it's all about like literally getting more people out here and stuff. I think municipalities need to do better. We have councillors in our areas and stuff. They need to do better as well. It's not about chowing money. It's not about it's about like literally just looking up there. But like I'm saying, there are things out there. Mara, they can do better. They can be better managed. Okay. So yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It's double-edged.
Yeah.
So my brother, one task before Valasi Dali came, ne?
Okay, let's go.
Simple, came Doctor Makama. Or no shinte feeling on the right Thabang.
Okay.
All right, ready? Skin is woo. 1 week.
Iconic.
Tepo jeans.
Tepo jeans. Yo, man, like iconic, but I have already chose that one. Pioneer,
Vusipist,
resilience,
Valentina Skafungo.
smarts,
Okay, Anyakthol. Wax,
multitasking.
yourself.
Oh, damn. Yo.
One word.
Oh, damn.
Oh, your word is damn.
Yeah, damn. Let's leave it there.
Alright. Mfowethu ngiyabonga isikhathi sakho. Abantu bangakuthola phi and where can they get this brand?
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if this is too early to announce, but
Awuyazi we're the home of exclusive. Come on. Just
you're Pumelelo.
You're soon. Sayvala manje,
Okay.
please.
So I've got a store coming. Yeah, the details will be coming in a month's time, depending on when this lands. Yeah, and then you can get us on POME, EPOME, WEARPOME on Instagram. Get us on POME on Facebook. Yeah, and then yeah, true. And then also our website is also coming back in a few weeks' time. So it's gonna be POMZ8.store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Ngiyabonga, Tsiyam.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nkosinathi Zwane, otherwise known as Township Hustler, the business comedian, whatever ngibiza ngayo, ngiyiyo. So it's another episode of the Eastrand Podcast Files where we interview trailblazers. Bengihlele no Julz, unginike okuningi bafethu. So nina ninga-subscriber, ni-like, ni-share, nisitshele ukuthi sibhede up, siphinde si-right kuphi, it's welcome. But for me, your boy Township Hustler, signing out. Woo, baby!